Hey everybody, Sinister Lex here. Before we get into today's video, I have to tell you to drop down there and click the little notification bell. If you want my updates, click get notifications. This is kind of a new thing. It's YouTube's algorithms. They were sending notifications out whenever people would publish videos that you were subscribed to. They're not doing this anymore. That's not what today's video topic is about, but I want to tell you that. Go click the notification button if you want these notifications, or else you're not going to be getting those. Today we're going to talk about, I logged into Upwork this morning. There's a little box at the top showing they've made some updates, as they tend to do. I'm going to read to you what it says here real quick. It says to standardize the certifications that we show to clients, we'll be removing all custom unverified certifications from your profile. We'll notify you on your profile page if we add support for them in the future. So what they're doing is they're removing certifications from your profile that are not verified, that are not certified, or that they haven't. I don't know how they verify them, but I scrolled down on my profile this morning, and that's what I saw. Certifications, nothing. I had like 10 certifications in there, and my certifications are verifiable by the places that I got them through. So I don't know how they're making this decision. Well, actually, I do know. I'll tell you how they're making this decision. I actually have a solution for it, because this is a little bit troubling. You know, people would come to my profile based on my certifications. They would find me through my certifications, but now they're not able to do that. I have a solution for it. I'm going to post that in my Facebook group. If you're not a member of my Facebook group, click the link or whatever. Join my fucking Facebook group. It's free, guys. And it's for freelancing. It'll be taking a slightly different direction in the near future, but we'll still talk about freelancing and stuff like that in there, so it'll be fine. Anyway, that's where the answer is going to be. But I want to talk about this, what it means for you at this point, how I think it's kind of, on one hand, I think it's silly. On another hand, I think it makes sense. Like I said, I told you guys that they're doing more and more to constrict you, to filter out the people who suck, and to make sure that only the best freelancers are getting in there, because they're pairing you up with these big clients. So they have, when I look down here, I'm not reading stuff, just so you know. I keep thinking that maybe you're thinking that I'm reading stuff, but I'm not reading stuff. I'm just looking off, doing my own thing. Anyway, I look down at my profile, all my certifications are gone, and I have stuff about NLP, I have stuff about hypnotherapy, personality profiling. In the past, I've had influence and persuasion certificates in there. All of these things, they have like numbers and stuff where you can type them in on their website and they're verifiable. So how is Upwork choosing what is a verified certification? How are they choosing what they show clients? Well, on this little box at the top of Upwork, which you can't see it on my screen, you guys can go to Upwork if you want to see it today. On the little box, there's a learn more thing where you can find out about certifications. And if you scroll down on this next page that pops up, they actually give you a list of certifications that are approved according to them. And it's kind of ridiculous. All of these certifications are shit that probably most people aren't going to have. Maybe some very limited skill sets are going to have. I don't even see anything in here that applies to copy. Just a quick scroll through here. They've got like Cisco certifications, CompTIA, Google certifications. Those things make sense. But what about people like me who are creative? We're in marketing. There's no certifications on there about marketing. I didn't see anything about copywriting, NLP, psychology, influence and persuasion. Like, do these things just not exist now? Why is Upwork able to decide what certifications I can have in my profile? If I have applicable experience, if I have relevant certifications for what I'm trying to do, why would they just take that away? So they're going to add more back in the future, according to what they say. I assume they'll probably add more in. Maybe you'll be able to suggest certifications, kind of like you can suggest skill tags, which I have tried recently. I suggested skill tags for NLP and hypnosis, or not hypnosis, but hypnotherapy, and both of those got approved. But when I went into the certification box, I didn't see anything that would let me add a certification. Damn, I hate these cords. Oh, you guys know I hate cords. I didn't see anything that would let me add certifications in there. So for the time being, you can only select from the certifications they have. Now again, I said I do have a solution for this, and I haven't tried it out, but you better believe that I'm going to. I'm not going to post it here. I would just tell you in the YouTube video, but I feel like Upwork is constantly monitoring not just Google but other places, and if they were to come here and see this, then, I'm not trying to get kicked off Upwork today. So I will share my thoughts on that in the Facebook group. But again, I just wanted you guys to know about it, that this is a new development. I did not know this was coming. Check your profile, your certifications. If they don't fit on that list, they're probably gone. And that just is one more thing that makes it harder to find you. Which, to me, it doesn't make sense, because those certifications aren't something that anyone who is searching for my type of work is going to search for. They don't care about that shit. They aren't looking for that stuff. And in general, I don't think certifications are that big of a deal. They just add fuel to the fire behind you being valuable. They add to your value. They add to the proof of what you can do, what you've been trained in. Now, on the other hand, there's probably a lot of people out there who are posting certifications that aren't even legit, saying that they have this certification and this certification and this certification in nuclear physics, and they don't. But Upwork never had a filter system. They didn't require you to input anything as proof of that, other than you could have put something fake in there for all they know. And I'm sure a lot of freelancers were doing that. That's probably been a complaint at some point. So now they're taking steps to narrow that down, to make that problem go away. And it hurts some of us in the short term, I suppose. Over the long term, I'm sure they will come up with solutions. They'll find more marketing certifications and things that, I don't know, probably big name companies are looking for. In fact, they may even be polling these bigger companies. I haven't seen anything like this come through to me by email, not from the client side. So nobody has asked me what my thoughts are. Like, are there any certifications that I feel this freelancer should have to be able to do this job? Nobody's asked me that. But that isn't to say that Upwork isn't sending those things to bigger clients who are spending millions of dollars, maybe asking them, like, what certifications would you look for in someone who you would want to do this job? Now, what's really troubling about this is a lot of the same shit that happens in the employment market, just the regular old employment market. Like, you go to get hired for a job, and they're like, we don't want anyone without a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or who doesn't have this certification and this one too. And we also want someone with 3 years experience. And it's so silly to me, because we're in a freelance realm, we're in a freelance place. We're freelancers. We're not the people who go to school to get degrees. We're not the people who spend our whole lives and hundreds of thousands in debt, student loan debt, to get a degree so that we can go get a steady job. We're freelancers. We're here to come in, we swoop in, we save the day. We teach ourselves a lot of the time. We teach ourselves these skills. A lot of freelancers don't have the money to go out and get a freaking CompTIA certification or Cisco certification. I don't know how much those are, but a lot of them don't, or they don't feel they need it. Like, why do they need to get certified in this thing if they are self-taught, if they're staying ahead of the game, if they're able to do everything a certification would even have them do? It just doesn't make sense to me to have that. But it seems like the market may be narrowing in that direction. I personally feel like Upwork is headed in this direction, where they are going to only be a facilitator for these large companies, and it's just going to create a sort of online work environment. So it might be just like what it would be like to work for a company in the real world, only you're just going to be doing it through Upwork. And that's scary. That makes me think, you should move away as quickly as possible. You should expand beyond Upwork. You should start your own business and start your legitimate business as soon as possible. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do freelance, or that you shouldn't do the kind of work that you would do for Upwork or on Upwork. Those skills, though, you can take those, and if you're making some money through Upwork, maybe even if you're making a lot of money through Upwork, or you're just making a little bit, whatever, then maybe it's time to find other ways to get clients outside of Upwork. Not saying take clients from Upwork, saying start searching other places. LinkedIn, Facebook groups. Like, where can you find the kind of people who you would normally serve on Upwork? Where else are they? Because Upwork is going to put you in a position, ultimately Upwork is going to put you in a position where you have to compete to be the best of the best of the best for whatever it is you're doing. Now, I don't think that's really a problem if you're niching down, if you're solving that one big problem, but it could be a problem if they don't even let you apply because you don't have this certification and this degree, and that's what the company requires. Right now, Upwork still lets you apply even if you don't meet the requirements for a job, you can still apply. And that's awesome because you can still get hired. I get hired all the time for jobs that I don't meet any of the requirements for, but I still get hired for them. But if they shut that down, if they say, no, we're not even going to let you apply because you don't meet the requirements and you haven't proven it by having this certification, then what are you going to do? Suddenly you're locked out. And this is a control issue. If you don't know about control, you need control. Whenever you work through Freelance or when you work through Upwork, you give up some of your control. You give up control to Upwork. Upwork controls everything you do. They can kick you off the platform and you have no money tomorrow. They can limit the amount of income you can make. They can take bigger chunks of your pay. They can get rid of your certifications. All of these things are control issues, which is one reason I always think it's important to be thinking about where else you can pull clients from, where else can you get business, how can you start to treat this like a legitimate business instead of just coming from that employee mindset and doing this like it's another job, because you really don't want to create another job for yourself. That doesn't make sense to me. It just creates a sense of pressure. Like, there's a reason people do freelance. People come to freelance because you want that freedom. That's why it's in the name, free. It's like we're trying to create freedom for ourselves. We're trying to create something apart from the corporate world, apart from jobs, apart from everything out there that we don't stand for. And I'm not saying that you don't stand for that, but me personally, I don't. I do freelance because it lets me work from home. It lets me make as much money as I want, and it doesn't limit me, or it used to not limit me so much with like certifications and things like that, but who knows where it's going. Troubling times for sure, but that doesn't mean it's still a good time to be on Upwork. Just they're doing more and more stuff. They're getting a lot of money coming in. It's a good time to be on Upwork, but they're doing this stuff and you need to be aware of it. You need to be aware of the direction Upwork is moving and the level that you have to step it up to if you're going to stay on their platform. Expect that over the next couple of years, you are going to feel even more so like an employee than you ever have before on Upwork, because that's the direction they're moving. They want great freelancers who are willing to go above and beyond to be employees for these companies and to give the companies the power to have that level of control also. So Upwork's going to have control, the companies are going to have control, you as a freelancer have zero control. You don't have any control over what happens on there, and if Upwork shuts down tomorrow and you have $10 million in their account, it's gone. You can sue them, but if they go bankrupt or something, that money's just gone and there's nothing you can do probably. So just be thinking about that. LinkedIn, Facebook, Craigslist, Reddit, all these other places you might be able to find clients and draw clients from. That's what would be in the back of my mind right now, and that's always in the back of my mind. I'm always getting clients through referrals and other places. Most of my work doesn't even come through Upwork at this point. I pull, I told you guys, once a month I'm looking for, or not once a month, I'll look all month long for that one perfect client. And I might pull one client a month from Upwork, but then from that one client, I get referrals to other clients, and that's how I expand. I think that's pretty much it for this topic. I wasn't going to do a video today, but I wanted to come in and talk about it because this is a pretty big deal, and you should go check your profile right now, see if your certifications got deleted, and if they did, and if you want to find a way to overcome that, swing by the Facebook group. I will be posting about this in just a little bit, and I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You don't have to do it, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do that at least can be a band-aid fix for this, I think. That's all I got for this one, guys. Subscribe down below if you want to see more. Drop me a like if you liked anything in this video. Tell me your thoughts about this, about where you think Upwork is going. I'm Sinister Lex. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.